Alright, hey guys, it's me, Meteorz, and here we are back to the last part of Neopets the Darkest Faerie, the finale. In this episode, we'll finally be fighting the being behind all this, the one who could create entire skies of darkness, the one who could turn everyone crazy, the one who could actually resurrect dark people that have been defeated before, and we had to fight as bosses. And now, we're going to finally fight her. We fought a lot of the interesting bosses up to this point. We fought a really quick and really agile Werewolf King. We fought a alert assassin that's been traveling to be sent by the Darkest Faerie to defeat us, who was a skilled fighter. We fought even a giant knight, well, not a giant knight, but a knight who was able to change his attack pattern after he found a weakness. And finally, we fought a skeletal knight that was able to change between ice and fire at will. And finally, the Dark Faerie sisters. Now we're going to be fighting the one behind all this. But just to be safe, let's go ahead and equip our Silver Neg. Except as if we weren't overpowered enough, we'll finally equip the Silver Neg that we had saved up all this time just for this moment. Are you ready for this? I know I am. Let's go ahead and see what we find in that beam of light. Ah, there she is, just standing there. Let's walk up to her.
It is done! I will be remembered forever as the one who destroyed 2 kingdoms at once!
What have you done?
It's falling! And when it lands, all of Meridell and Fairyland will be obliterated!
Huh. I think the scenery here is pretty awesome. Countdown, we're falling for the Fairyland is actually falling down to destroy Meridell. We're up against the Darkest Faerie. The music, we've heard this before, but I think it's still an awesome music they use. Overall, the scene, the place, the time limit, everything leads off to be an awesome battle and an absolutely awesome setting for the final boss. Everything is set in place for a great boss battle, but how is battle itself? Well, you're probably wondering why I'm just standing here for. Well, I'm actually going to show off and wait for the timer to go down so you can see what happens if you do let it run out. So let's see what happens. Oops.
It is time for me to leave, but think of it this way. At least you'll have a funeral marker fit for legendary heroes.
You don't even get to see it crash. Well, that was lame. Oh well, let's go and actually fight her for real this time. Alright, so let's start this battle. Now, you'll notice you can't switch over to the other player. You have to stay as Tor for this part here. There's 2 phases, one for Tor, one for Roberta. Now let's go ahead and run up to her and stop this. Now make sure you have the Supernova Nip equipped, because she's going to send out a different element beam at you each time. And the only way to do damage to her at all is to do the 3-hit combos they're actually messed up on. And you have to make sure you practice. If you don't know how to do the 3-hit combo by now, really, that's a huge problem for the fact that, well, how long have you been playing this game? So you need to make 3-hit combos on her to make her stop. And she didn't, that's all? Okay. And then after that, you switch over to Roberta. I hope you know how to aim, because she's going to float up in the air now. So just aim up at her. Make sure you defeat all these guys here. And then just aim up at the Darkest Faerie. She's going to come down. And then, now here's the tricky part. Now if you don't do this quickly, you're going to switch back to Tor. Run up to her.
It's too late. There's still time enough. and chivalry of the highest measure, we bestow upon Tormund of Meridel and Roberta of Brightvale the honor of Defender of the Realms.
What? What? That was it. That was the entire battle. Yeah, there's no second form. There's nothing. The entire game built up to that final moment against the Darkest Faerie. All the other bosses, despite not even being that difficult, were actually really good near the end. And the entire Hero's Rest part was awesome leading up to the final battle. And that was it. You're done. You beat the final boss. Congratulations, you win. Yay, everything's happy-go-lucky. Yeah. Yeah, let's go talk to everyone real quick. Let's switch to Tor to talk to these people. Seriously, that was just an utter disappointment in everything. In fact, it's hard to actually think of bosses that were actually worse than that. The only ones I could think of were, I don't know, not even Epic Yarn's final boss was that terrible. I mean, the only one, like, maybe Fable 2's final boss? I don't know, I'm just speechless about that. I'm never expecting this. This is amazing. This is no more ever, wait, lad, this is more than we ever imagined for our son. Let's talk to her. Come on. What a fine pair of heroes, legends. Oh, it's so exciting. Is that a fairy? Is that the king? Oh, wow. Each and every one of us owes you a great deal of gratitude. Well done. They'll be talking about the bravery of the king's knights for years. I am thrilled by the conclusion to this affair. Fairyland, Meridel, and Brightvale are saved. I am humbled by what you've done for us all. Alright, well, we've talked to everyone there. Alright, let's just move over to his back and see if there's anything else to actually explore in this area, because, you know... well, alright. Let's go ahead and... Oh, look, there's Illison. Let's talk to her. You are the true heroes today. She looks kind of angry, actually. Look at her face. She doesn't look happy at all. Whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and just leave, I guess. See what happens. So now you see the 6 heroes there. You see this one, Servant Fawn, or Fauna, as you know, the protector of the pets. Things seem brighter in the world now, don't they? Remember, remember the one who actually you did the chores from the very beginning of the game? Well, she was actually one of the heroes from Altador. Kel the Beggar, a better job I couldn't have done myself. Much elderly now, but he's definitely lost a lot of his agility, but hey, he's still there. The old lady, which actually ended up being Jordana, Kelland chose well in picking you. The old knight, which is obviously King Altador. You have exhibited legendary bravery in your quests. Master Torak, or Sir Torikar. Ha! I knew some of my training would come through. It was actually the guy who trained you. And this guy here, Gordos, was actually the merchant that constantly followed you around everywhere. Ha! A profitable adventure for all, I see. You retain your homes, and we regain our empire. If you remember, all 6 of them were the only ones that were not affected by the Dark Faerie spell, because they weren't technically really here in their entire selves, because we had to awaken their power over in Altador. So it's kind of cool, kind of neat to see all of them, I suppose. Is there anything else? Oh, well, there's the Fairy Queen's over there now, Fiora. Let's go ahead and just end this off and see her, see what she has to say.
We owe you many thanks. Because of you, Altador is restored to Neopia, and Neopia is safe from a most pernicious influence.
The Darkest Faerie, if I may ask. What became of her?
Don't worry. She's been placed somewhere we can keep a close eye on her.
Congratulations! You beat the game! Yay! I mean, seriously, that ending was pretty bad considering what led up to it, but what can you really expect? I mean, the only thing that really bugs me is that people who didn't even watch the last third of this game are gonna probably just say, "Oh, what a crappy end to a crappy game." But that's not true. I would say about after you fight the Werewolf King, things really start to pick up, and some of the bosses actually get really good, and things like Hero's Rest were really well thought out in terms of the puzzle and everything. And everything was leading up to the final moment against the Darkest Faerie, and she ends up being a bigger joke than even the Ixie Chieftain. Well, maybe not as big as a joke, but pretty close. Actually, no, they're pretty equal. But either way, I'm just glad to say that this game is finally done. I know it wasn't exactly the most popular choice people had for my Let's Play. I know a lot of people... See, I don't really mind a lack of views so much for my Let's Plays, but I definitely don't like a lack of comments. I mean, I really miss those comments sometimes. Like, when I make a video and I don't see anyone comment to it, it just feels like, what was the point? Why did I make this video for? No one's actually watching this thing, so what's the point? I mean, some episodes I thought were really good and I really enjoyed making, no one commented on, yet the ones I just, just basic parts, people commented on sometimes. So I don't know, it just didn't feel like a very successful Let's Play. I mean, I did get a lot of people who... I did get a lot of views from this simply because it's probably one of the only real Let's Plays of this that are 100% with narrations. So, I mean, there's that. So I got maybe a few... So everyone who actually did enjoy it, all three of you probably, I'm glad you did. I'm glad for the support. But after this point, I'm probably doing something a bit more well-known. Something that you guys will probably enjoy a lot more. But before I head on to my next Let's Play, I'm definitely taking a break. Actually, catching up on all the games I have to work on still. Games I have to actually beat. There's so many games I have backlogged I need to play. So, this will actually give me a good opportunity to actually go ahead and do that. Overall, I found this game fun. If you're a fan of Neopets, you'll have fun too. Well, at least after all this, we'll know for sure that Fairyland, we saved Fairyland, and no one else will ever crash it ever again. Oh, right. Well, at least we know that the Darkest Faerie is safe and sound in the Fairyland fountain. Oh, well, at least Neopia was good for a good 3-4 years. Yeah, really. I played this. It's funny. Like, I played this game like maybe I waited a long time to play this game. So I didn't have a PS2. Then I played this game, and a year later, I found out that Fairyland crashes. I'm just like, wow. I guess that makes the entire game kind of pointless, doesn't it? I mean, you saved it for a little bit, but just ended up... I guess you did save Meridel, because Meridel never actually got affected ever again. I mean, I have yet to see an event since this game that takes place in Meridel. Oh, well. But yeah, anyone who did enjoy it, I'm glad and happy for you. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I was actually really long credits. I pretty much said everything I needed to, surprisingly enough. So, I don't know what else to say. There's not much else for me to show off. I think I'm just going to probably, unless I think of something else, just let the credits play out and let you see them. But, yeah. I'll probably just say something when I think of something. Oh, I think that's actually the end of the credits anyway. Huh, perfect timing. Alright. Is there going to be at the end that comes up? Nope, guess not. There's not even at the end. Alright, well, so much as that. I'm going to post up one more video after this showing off all the different, charge powers that Roberta has. Simply because I did say I was going to show that off by the end of the Let's Play, and I didn't do that, so I'm going to show that off then. But, in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. And of course, guys, that's going to be... Good game!